As producers, we're always looking for unique sounds and new ways to stand out from the pack. We typically often use a lot of the same synths and a lot of the same presets, which then lead us to sound very much the same. Typically, using a lot of the same synths and presets can lead to some uninspiring and predictable production. Today, I'm going to try to inspire you to create your own instruments and unique sounds with any Ableton instrument, but today I'm going to be using Drift, and we're going to be using some other Ableton stock plugins. I'm going to be giving this away in my Distinct Mastering membership area, creator tier, so make sure to check that out. Okay, so let's get into the track and show you what this sounds like, and if you're curious, I made this beat in 30 minutes. You can check out my alias Freshcobar's YouTube channel to watch the full 30-minute creation. Okay guys, here we are in the session of the track. You were just listening to it, but I'm going to go ahead and play you a little bit of this for reference. Okay, this is the instrument, and I'm going to be giving this away in my creator tier, my memberships area, so don't forget to check that out. I got inspiration from watching Virtual Riot's video. Mine's a bit different. I just kind of watched it and then recreated it in a different way, but used some of the same effects. I have a couple different macro variations here. This is what it looks like. I also have some additional effects here. I have an EQ8, I have a wider plugin, and then I have this Transgate. So I'm going to actually load up a new track and just load up a default one, copy this MIDI. This is what it sounds like without any of that other stuff. Now, what you can see here is these macro controls control these controls, and I've mapped some of the controls over to this, but I have a couple different variations of this. So the default one sounds like that. The pure one is a bit more, you know, high-pitched. The filter's way up. Sounds more like a dead mouse or something like that. Now, you could adjust the release of that if you wanted to here, so you get a bit more, so it's not so staccato. Another variation I made was this thin version. It's got a lot more chorus. See, and you can play with some of these macros. Now, if you find a setting you like, just hit new and you're going to get another variation, and then you can just rename that by right-clicking or just hitting Command R and renaming it to new sound, whatever you prefer. The instrument is there to kind of build on top of and make your own variations of it. That's what's cool about it. Now, remember, I had some additional processing. I had an EQ8. I had this Polyverse Wider plugin. I made a video on this plugin quite a while ago, so I'll leave you a link to that down below that you can check out. I used this Transgate. Now, you didn't hear that part. Let's play a part with the Transgate, so you will hear that part like right after this break, for example. So let's go right here. Oh, and let's delete this track. So you see it kind of filtering down, and the Transgate's coming in, filters down. So that's it. That's pretty much the instrument in a nutshell. As you can see, a lot of the controls here are just easily set up as macros, so you can play around and kind of make variations of this thing. Drift is a cool synth, and I just show some controls and modulators that I felt would be fun to play with and have easily controlled over here. And then you have different options, as I said. Lastly, you'll see there's an auto pan here, just slightly added. You can turn this up if you'd like. You can control that with the amount. I didn't add that to a macro. I could have. You can easily do that if you want. Just map it to another macro. You can map it to macro 9. So if you wanted to show that on your macro, just scroll right over here and add a plus button. And there you see the amount, and that is the amount of, here, let's turn off this device list, and you can see the auto pan a little bit over there. If you wanted to, just rename this and just say a pan amount if you want to add that. So once again, I'm giving this away in my creator tier. Make sure to check out my memberships. I hope you found this kind of unique and helpful. It's fun to explore Ableton's features. You can do a lot with the mapping and the macros and creating chains and just doing weird things, just experimenting. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of this and giving away things in the membership area. So let me know what you guys would like to see in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Freddie from Distinct Mastering here, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.